What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Lore Reloaded, take 2. This is done wrong, though, because it's unlisted, so we will go public. Done. Save. Alright. Welcome to Lore Reloaded, take 2. And, yeah, so that was fun last night. I'm not really going to get into it as much, but it was much more important than what I was doing before. But we got to get back into this, doing a review of Picard Season 2 trailer and my thoughts on it. Hopefully, I'm trying different times to see what you guys like. I know I need to do like a specific time and just definitely be there. Something I may try to do. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I think you can. Yeah, you can. Dootin' dootin' doo doo. I also need to get like a wall. Everybody else is legit. This is why I don't have a lot of people who want to watch the channel, especially during live streams, because I don't have the legit back behind the wall stuff. And also, if no one shows up for right now, that'll tell me not to do it at this time. Even though a lot of people in the United Kingdom and Europe are like, we want to see it, yet they never come. What's up with that? You tell me. You tell me what's going on with that. Alright, so we'll be looking at the Picard trailer Season 2. See what's going on here. I may try to do it again if no one shows up, if people are used to doing it later at night. But it could be something that I did on my side. If you guys can hear me, let me know. And everything's going well. But let's just get into it. Let's see what's going on. Hold on. Go to YouTube Watch. There we go. Alright, so, hear that in the background. Here we go.
Varys? 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 What the hell is happening here?
So, I discussed this last time, and this is kind of an interesting piece to me. I really, again, and I said it last night, but nothing against Sir Patrick Stewart, but I do wonder if he's past his prime age when it comes to acting. Every time I see him, or most times I see him, I can see where they're trying to cover up, maybe, his... I don't know. It feels like it's really tough for him to be doing this series. Now, it could just be me. Maybe I'm going crazy. But especially when you compare him against John Delancey, I think it's just kind of crazy. When it comes to the scene itself, I discussed this before, but obviously something is different. Something seems weird. If you look at his echelon, the insignia there, which is kind of interesting, the insignia itself looks modified, but what is more interesting from it is when you go back to Deep Space Nine, TNG, oh man, just the original series, the emblems themselves generally were for just like Starfleet. The Federation had its own emblems, but like civilians didn't generally wear those. So now that everyone is, I think that's interesting, and I think there could be some curious inferences there. If that Starfleet has become so synonymous that even the civilian sector wears their emblems and uses that kind of technology. Because imagine if in the United States everybody wore a military insignia and used military hardware. That would be just... I think there would be some real interesting things there. What's going on, Rodan? Yeah, everything was fine. Thanks for asking. I thought I'd try a different time, see what's going on. Venom Geek Media in the house. Y'all need to catch him. Haven't asked him about the podcast and tabletop ideas. Need to do that at some point. What's going on, a human? Yeah, I'm trying to do these a little earlier so I can see you guys. Hope y'all are doing well. All right, so anyway, looking back at Picard himself. Well, we'll go in a few more minutes.
Excellent question, Jean-Luc. Oh dear, you're a bit older than I imagined. Mon capitaine, how I've missed you.
Q.
See, just looking at the differences between the two, how they're interacting, it's just, I don't know. Again, Patrick Stewart seems like he may not be up to the task for acting. It could just be me. John Delancey is definitely awesome in comparison. I do like the effects with Q. I like the voice impacts, the way that it comes in. I don't know if anyone's complained about it, but I do think that that would probably be what they did if they had the technology beforehand. I'll say this. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dirty Charisma. I didn't say that. Happy Father's Day to everyone who's a father as well. I'll say this. There are some indications, and it could just be in my head, that at least someone from CBS or from Picard and Discovery might watch my channel. Because there's been some hints. Some things that I have said literally have become like background things in the back. I will be convinced that there is a writer that is watching my stuff if Q looks old, if the reason why he looks old is to match Picard. Because that's something that I was pushing for. I think that'd be a very Q thing to do. I think that'd be very... I don't know. I think that would be something that would just be awesome to see. Now, while I do attribute it somewhat to the actors themselves, it does make sense where Picard is a little more dilapidated, I guess, or infirmed, we'll say, whereas Q is not. Them bringing him back is also... If they do something good with it, I think it'll be interesting. I have always been of the opinion that Q... Well, I don't think I've always been of the opinion, but for a long time, especially after watching Lore Runner, I have been of the opinion that Q has been in the background helping humanity on humanity's side. Now, there is a difference between Q and the Continuum. I do think the Continuum had it out for humanity, but I think Q has generally been firmly on humanity's side. And it's my hope that this continues that way, that Q is continuing either to teach a lesson or is there for something as a positive impact for humanity in the background, even if it doesn't seem that way in the beginning. Also, if this is going to be the season finale, I think that Picard should join the Continuum ultimately. That Q admits that either the Continuum are the final stage of humanity, or that the humans are going to be like them at some point, and Picard is given the option to become a part of the Q. I think that'd be a great way to end it. Do I think they will do anything more on the Mystery Machine from the Portal's end of Season 1, or will they box the entire storyline? They generally... So here's one of the failings of the writings for all of Disco-era Trek. And it's interesting because it's regardless of who the showrunner is, because we have different showrunners now. They generally won't have solid conclusions, or they will open up a issue or a season arc and finish it really quickly. So I don't... If they tied it back into Season 1, I'd be very surprised. Now, maybe they are, because it looks like they're going with the maybe meet no Borg, maybe no technology type deal, or at least no technology like that, but I would be very surprised.
Welcome, my friend.
Now, this is where we got last time before I had to stop. This is a really interesting scene, and man, I wish Trek Yards was still here, because I'd be curious where they would go with that. But we have the Klingons, we have, I don't know who the green flag is, the Federation, Starfleet, UTP, San Francisco, that would be the Andorians, Bajor, and the Ferengi. I could honestly, now again, I don't know who the green race is just exactly. The green one with the looks like a Y. But I would not be surprised if all of these were member worlds of the Federation. I could literally see every one of them. Klingons we know for sure. The only ones that would be questionable would be the Ferengi. Bajor actually never was a part of the Federation at the end of DS9, but I could see them ultimately joining. So I think it would be... If this was showing all of the races currently within Starfleet, I think that would be really interesting to see. I think it'd be curious. I don't think it'd go against anything either. A lot of people would get upset. A lot of certain unknown channels would shout about how this is wrong, how the Klingons would never do it, or how the Ferengi would never do it. They simply are just going on nostalgia. They've obviously never watched Deep Space Nine. Green is the Tellarite flag, or the C is the Tellarite flag. The Klingon is conveniently off screen, so you won't see if a Klingon is there. They've had both kinds of Klingons, so I'm not as concerned about that. The one to the viewers, yeah, I knew it was Ferengi. I said Ferenginar, good sir. The two that I'm not sure, I know. I thought the C was Andorian. Maybe I'm wrong. The one with the C, but maybe the green one is the Andorian. The green would almost make more sense, but I don't know who the other one is. It makes sense if they were Tellarite. Rom was made Negus at the end. Yeah. How are you today? Happy Father's Day. Well, happy Father's Day to you too if you're a father. Said time is broken. I wonder if they will use that to explain the continuity here. Maybe. No United Earth flag. We rarely ever see the United Earth flag because, I mean, the United Earth is the capital. So I wonder if... I wouldn't be surprised if the United Earth was dissolved. So the Qs might give humanity the mantle of responsibility to the Qs. I could see that. I really could. I thought Picard is set in the Star Trek Online timeline. Nope, no, it's set in the primary timeline, Venom Geek Media. You're smarter than that. You're trolling me. Why are the Klingons in the Federation? Well, Python 085, they have always been really close allies, and in fact, in Season 2, no, either Season 1 or Season 2 of The Next Generation, they were also a part of the Federation. We also know in Enterprise that they will become a part of the Federation. So, boom. You can get upset all you want, but it's canon, good lad. It's canon. And I'm not even sure if Python is your real name. Season 1, thanks for this awesome live stream, Lore. I am not doing so well. My brother is in the hospital. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry, Daniel's Hot Topic. Let us know if there's anything you can do. In all serious, man, that sucks. Cancer sucks. My nephew and my dad have had cancer. So I understand that, man. Just be with them. And just, I would just be there for him. And just, what's going to happen is going to happen. But I'm sorry, brother. I know that sucks. I don't know. I still don't know what I think about the Ferengi and Klingon joining the UFP, but maybe they won't join. Well, that's just me. This could be some kind of convention where they're all just meeting together. They might not have joined together, but it could be.
To the very end of the road.
All right. So let's see. Hey, I'm live. Hold on. You're welcome to talk, but just know that I'm live and people can hear you.
Okay, do you know where my drawing book is?
The one where we draw together, or your specific drawing book?
My specific drawing book, because I think you took it.
I did not take it. No. Is it in your room?
No, I think the last person that had it was Ray, I think. So
Okay, well, you can ask her. Look in her room. It's not in the car, is it? You didn't take it to Mom's, did you?
I did take it to Mom.
Okay, so why do you need it? Do you just want to draw?
Yeah, I wanted to draw like OCD.
Okay, worst case scenario, why don't you use the books we draw in?
Okay.
Because we're going to do a challenge tonight, aren't we?
Yeah, but I'm not actually gonna do that. I actually have a backup drawing book. I just don't want to draw with lines.
Okay.
But I can do that.
All right, I'll try to look for it later.
Okay.
Love you.
Oh, that's... And then, do you know where my drawing book is?
All right, so let's take a look here. So this is just a close-up of him. His badge is different I'm guessing this is on the Earth. Now, this is another interesting conversation. Laura did take it. He wanted to perfect his drawing. She is such a better drawer than me, guys. She is such a better artist. Oh my god, I can't even. Yeah, if hey Lorelai,
Yeah?
if you find the book, can you bring it to me, please?
Okay.
All right, cool. Love you. You guys should see her Pokemon. They're like they look good. What was I talking about? Okay, so this is I wouldn't be surprised if this is on Earth. And you see someone actually, if you look right behind the chick right here, somebody's fallen. They're probably running. Here's an interesting thing. Here's an interesting piece to it. I think that Picard generally nails it when it comes to the inevitable after Deep Space Nine. It's just, I think a lot of people don't like the spirit of the way it's done more than anything else. I think that we were going to see a decay of Starfleet after the Dominion. I think the Dominion were somewhat of a game changer, really. And I think it is possible that Paradise would be impacted from that. Did we find it?
This is my backup one with all the Pokemon in it.
Oh, okay. Can I show them?
Yeah. It's perfectly fine. I have.
You drew this one too, didn't you?
No, that was the one. I drew the neck, but this is the one page that Mom read.
Oh, Mom drew that? Oh, that's pretty good.
Also, we draw a couple creepypastas in there.
There's a lot of creepypastas. See, look at that, guys. I don't know if they can see it. I'm sure this is what they come for. Oh,
Yes, I'm sure of it. Pokemon drawings.
Pokemon drawing. See, look at that. Isn't that cool? You have some really good ones.
Well,
Yeah, that's a good too. But you have some.
There are more.
Do you have a? I saw that one. Do you have a?
Oh,
Yeah, look at that.
they're the main.
I could not draw anywhere near that. Do you have a? Which other picture? Well, I saw that one.
No, I mean, you didn't show it.
Yeah, I know. I saw it. I was looking for other ones for it too. All right, let me see if you have that one that I really.
Vaporeon is my favorite.
Hyperion. Hyperion.
Vaporeon.
Vaporeon. Oh, that's the water one.
Water evolution of Eevee.
The water evolution.
I can draw. I have a Pokemon encyclopedia if you want me to draw some more. I forget what that Pokemon's name is.
I don't know either. Was that you and your sister, or who was that?
And it's just evil twin and nice twin. Me and Raven were drawing some random stuff.
Cool. Nice.
I'm probably gonna draw some other types, mainly water and ghost.
I like it.
Favorite to draw.
See? Told you. She's a lot better drawer than me. All right. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. So if it was me, if I was actually doing this, though, I would probably have it be the Earth coming back from the brink. Like, I would have it be where they find salvation, where it starts out like this and then it moves gradually back up. It returns to the utopia, if I was going to do it, personally. Lower Decks is a bit of an anachronism? What are you talking about? Let me make sure I understand. So you think that Lower Decks is a thing belonging or appropriate to a period other than that in which it exists, especially a thing that is conspicuously old-fashioned. Can you walk me through how it's an anachronism, curiously? Romulans aren't bad guys. They're just misrepresented by the Federation propaganda machine. There is some honest-to-God truth to that, Rami. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. By the way, I haven't seen you forever. I hope you're doing well. But there is some truth to that. It's set in the post-war years, but it's very TNG. I think that's what it's trying to be, though. Whether it's supposed to be post years or not, I think that's what it aims to be. All right, let's keep going. I was so upset that her and the other guy were not main characters. I hope to God that they are. They need to be. They are among the best of Picard. Probably the best Picard actors there.
I found the elf.
You haven't seen me forever cause Romulans are stealthy. Oh, okay. I hope she didn't just find the elf on the show. If you're watching...
Dad?
Oh my god, please tell me. Did you were you looking in the cat food place? What'd you find? Let's start there.
Well, I did find the elf.
What elf?
The elf from Christmas.
Oh wow. Where was it?
In the pantry.
In the cat food place? Yeah. That's crazy. It's supposed to be in the North Pole, isn't it?
Okay.
I'm sure she was just checking on you, and she'll definitely be gone by tomorrow.
Yeah. I saw the reindeer next to it.
Oh wow.
I saw the
Almost like two
reindeer
people.
too,
Someone
so-
placed them there and forgot that you won't look in there every so often. Y'all wonder why I do this at night. All right. So anyway, man, we're still an elf on the shelf family. I'm not sure Starfleet would bounce back to being the utopia because the next generation, too many vets, the war would change. I think that, I would honestly write a story where it's fights for the soul of the Federation, for the soul of Starfleet. I would probably have mostly a return, though more a TOS feeling to it. You know, more original series feeling. I think at best they would get to the original series Starfleet. Lord of the Rings is fantasy Starfleet? That's true. Was Lexwana killed by Jim Hadar when Beta Z was invaded? Lexwana, did she die on screen? Maybe not. What is my stream elements again, Lore? What do you mean? I don't understand, JJ.
Taken.
Aw, thanks to Melts. Happy Father's Day to you too. So, I don't see much to hear. By the way, the music is ecstatic. It's great. Great use of music. By the way, thank you so much for supporting the channel. It's the way I keep the lights on. It's the way I keep the shelf on the elf going. The shelf on the elf? The elf on the shelf? There's something more authentic about my streams as life is still happening as I stream, showing it's your hobby and passion. Yeah, I was talking about that at the beginning, just so... let me get that for you. I was talking about that before. As you can see, like my background, I don't have a legit background like most people do. I was thinking about doing that and working on that, but, oh man. I'm more known for video uploads, and that's just a lot of time. I'm not sure the return on investment and stuff like that. And while I'm glad you appreciate it, I'm quite sure that, most people, whether they'd admit it or not, are probably turned off by the fact that I don't do it. It's kind of like one of those things where, it's right here, but where do I get it? It's one of those things where people like high definition and will watch high definition even if they say it doesn't bother them or matter to them. Alright, so here it is. Technically, the voice should be on. I haven't messed with that. People want to see my face? Who doesn't want to see my face? Yeah, that'd be cool. Actually, I am going to do a little bit with it. I'm going to put up stuff. Yeah, what's up?
I think I know where Raven told me where the Pokemon book was.
Okay, well, you're looking like that's a bad thing.
Yes. So in show and tell, I gave
We're-
her the
We're live, by the way.
yes.
Okay.
And she gave it to and she I told her she can take it with show and tell. And one of her classmates wanted the book and asked if he could borrow it, and he never. And she said yes, and he never gave it back.
Okay. I'm sure it's probably in her stuff. We'll take a look.
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna start looking in her room.
It's not a... Hey, we'll find it, and if we don't, we'll make a brand new book. It'll work out.
Yeah. It's just a bit annoying.
I agree, but we'll find it, I'm sure.
Okay.
Why are you looking like you're about to, take on... You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna work out, babe.
I know.
What's going on, Eric? Hope you're doing well. I earned my everlasting patronage when I made you shave Mitch. Well, I'm here for you, buddy. I'm glad I did that. We get to see her. I don't know if there's any kind of addition or anything added there. By the way, somebody just streamed. Alright, it should have shown it or said it. I still need to mess with that. Can't wait for the next Real Ghostbusters video I make. That'll be coming out very shortly. Thanks for the support. That goes directly, unlike the other stuff. So thank you so much, Donovan. The elves have it.
Has been broken.
We can save the future. And
So whatever's happening here, whatever is occurring, like I guess they're aware of it, or at least he is, because we get to see the new Starfleet insignia. Again, here's my question. He's a civilian. Why are civilians wearing military assets? We don't see that in the Next Generation. We don't see that military hardware. We don't see that in the Next Generation. We don't see that in the... I don't think we see that in the original series. We don't see that in Deep Space Nine. So what exactly is this? Now, it's interesting because they have what looks like the little sword. I'm wondering if they're doing that on purpose as a playback to maybe the Terran universe. Like the... like Starfleet has become the Terrans a little bit. I don't know. The Federation draft.
save the future, and I will get us home together.
So, go back here a little bit. So we obviously have Raffi, who has grown her hair out. We got Space Legolas, and then the Doctor. Oh my God. I still am upset what they did to that character. They character assassinated her. I loved her at the beginning of Picard, and they destroyed that character. They really did.
Get us home together.
It's space. You see all that indirect lighting? She's in space. White and indirect embedded lighting means space, because that's what you do in space. In the future space-time, they take walls and they just shove indirect lighting in there, and they make it white and sterilized because it's space. And do you see all these geometric shapes? It's space. By the way, something you can't unsee. One thing they do, yeah, that's not what I said, but yeah, incest, inbrought lighting. Anyway, there's, it's not called framing. What they like to do is put a character in between two things. Like, we as human beings, we naturally love to see objects in between two other objects. So like a door, a hallway, a window. We love to see something. So you see the framing here where you have her and you can see between two objects. We absolutely, I forget what that's called. We love the hell out of it. See, that really has a Terran military vibe to it right there. Do you notice see, and look, in between it right here, got two white lights. We're seeing her face in between it. We love it. As humans, oh man, nothing makes us, recessed was what I was looking for. Nothing makes us more aroused than seeing that. We absolutely love it. And again, look, it's space. It's white and it's clean and there's lighting. It's space. A reformed Terran Empire, yeah. Now, here's a problem. Here's a little bit of a problem that I see. It's Terran Empire with a twist, first off. Because you said it looked very Terran Empire. It's Terran Empire with a twist. It's Terran Empire, but it's not. And I think they're going for a middle ground between Starfleet and Terran Empire. A lot of people are saying or think that Picard never met the Q. Or Picard never met the Q. Picard never met the Borg. That Q never introduced them to the Borg. And so this was the result of that. There is evidence that the Borg were already looking at humanity before Q made them aware of it. It was a possibly later TNG, but definitively Voyager retcon. That the Borg had already been aware of humanity and the Romulans, at a minimum, possibly other species. So this would be a retcon of the retcon if Q's like, well, I'm just going to make it so I never introduced you to the Borg. So it would be a retcon of a retcon. Also, and I would highly disagree with this, if they never met the Borg, then unless some other major, like 9/11 for Trek event happened, the Dominion win. They just do. The Dominion win. There is no question about that. So, when's it coming? New season coming 2022. I thought it was earlier than that. Yeah, and that's possible. I didn't think of that, Leo Pleurodon. They could be a Dominion client state. I could get down with that. I think that would be an interesting thing. Q comes back, maybe after everything that happened in season 1. Picard is once again, he's like, Jesus Christ, man, if we hadn't met the Borg, Ichab would still be alive. None of this pain would have happened. And so Q comes back and Q's like, all right, well, let's see what happens if you had never met the Borg or actually became aware of them. And then we see that Starfleet becomes, or Starfleet or the Earth or everyone is a Dominion client state. That they won the Dominion War. And in the end, the Dominion says, you know what? Starfleet and the Federation is really good at organization. You guys have all of the clerical stuff. You have all of the infrastructure. We're going to keep Starfleet and we're going to keep the Federation. It's just going to be Dominion Federation, Dominion Starfleet. And we're going to make the entire Alpha Quadrant a part of it. I think that'd be really interesting. I like that. Q in the beginning of TNG was actually resetting the timeline. Was he? Was he resetting it? 2 Lower Decks seasons released in between 2 Picard seasons. Cool. Dominion would never have won. Section 31 would always have infected. Not necessarily. They could have curb stomped before Section 31 ever was able to do that. One of the big reasons why, even though Starfleet was getting stopped, they at least had ships that could fight. And beforehand, they did not. So, that is my opinion on a minute 5 clip. We can take a look at the, I think there was another trailer that I didn't do anything with. We could take a look at it. I don't know. Venom says the Dominion isn't that evil. I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Picard season 2 first trailer? Was there another? They had a different one, I thought. Let's see. Yeah, there's the original. But before that, let's have a conversation what you guys think or what you guys feel is going on with that specifically. Let me bring this over here and this over here. Before the Borg, we would have had the fleets like Wolf 359, so I doubt they'd last long against the Dominion. Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. My webcam lighting could improve, though. I mean, there's a lot that can improve. Unfortunately, there's absolutely no space behind this webcam, so I can't really do a lot when it comes to the lighting itself. I honestly need 3-point lighting. I need a light over here, a light right here, and if I was going to put it anywhere, I'd put a light right there. But I'd have it up on the ceiling, shining down. But unfortunately, with the space I have, that's not going to happen. But if you want to, you guys are more than happy and more than welcome, encouraged even, to give me about $30,000. And if you did that, I'd build a studio for you guys. And it would be perfect lighting. Perfect lighting. Not sure why Jerry Ryan's not having her eyebrow Borg implant is surprising. They did it in Voyager. Yeah, but I think they're kind of insinuating she was never assimilated. Makes it look like I'm on a viewer screen? Well, good. I'm glad. Unfortunately, it's not 3D. Viewer screens are 3D. Who do I think 709 is with? Chakotay or Harry Kim? The Times said what are you talking about, good sir? She's probably with Raffi. Messing with the webcam settings have done wonders for a free fix. Well, thanks, ToHS. As someone who has a degree in digital cinematography, I never knew that I could digitally alter things. Only 29,999.5 to go. Well, actually, probably it's Aussie money, so I don't know what that converts to USD, but maybe it was more. I vote for Warhammer 40k Star Trek crossover. Didn't they do that in season 1? What is going on, Constantini? I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when it comes to what they're going to be doing completely. I do hate that it seems like they're doing a rehash. Why does everything have to be about time? Why does everything have to have an impact with time? And this is one of the things I wonder. Are there any other stories in Star Trek to tell? Are there any good stories to tell? Star Trek Picard. I don't know who the showrunner is. I said there are multiple showrunners now for the various ones. I don't know who the showrunner is for Star Trek Picard season 2. Not showrunner. Who's head of it? Yeah, it'd be showrunner. Looks like it is Michael Chabon. Michael Chabon. What is Michael Chabon known for? Let's IMDb the lad. That name sounds familiar, though. I feel like I should know it. Let's see. He did John Carter. He did Spider-Man 2. He did Wonder Boys. Anything interesting? He did Mobile Armored Strike Command with a K. He did the Star Trek short treks. He did Children of Mars, Q&A, and Calypso. He was producer of season 1 and Unbelievable. He acted in The Simpsons. Well, look at you. You go. You go, boy. He was a part of the Ready Room. The Colbert Report. Look at him. And he was thanked on the Mysteries of Pittsburgh. I don't know too much about him. Could the Terran Empire have been reformed after the Mirror episode in DS9, but learned from the mistakes from the past, which is where the Terran vibes come from? It's possible. I don't know. I think that I don't like the Star Trek Online Terran Empire. I don't like how they wrote that. I wish that had never happened. They just retconned it completely. I wish the Terran Empire was the evil Starfleet. I hate that what they did to it, honestly. Breaking the Galactic Barrier, going to the Andromeda Galaxy, finding Zero, finding where that well ship came from. There are loads of stories to tell. Are those interesting stories, though? Are those stories worth looking into? First off, I don't... Breaking the Galactic Barrier doesn't feel like Star Trek to me. Well ship, I'm not interested. I don't know. New Prodigy landscape images on TrekCore website. Okay, well, I'll take a look at that in a second. The Terran Empire wasn't flawed. They just didn't conquer enough. They needed to conquer more. That was their problem. Maybe they got tired of conquering. They conquered too much. What happened to my Twitter? I got rid of it because it's toxic as all hell. I just don't do Twitter anymore. Wasn't worth it. Cost me more than anything else. It's probably... So Star Trek Twitter is the fandom menace of Twitter. It just is. It's they are the most toxic cult-like beings you will ever find. And so it's just not worth my time. Star Trek Reddit, of all things, is so much better. Star Trek at its best was Spock swimming with a whale, Chekhov arguing with a military guy, and Scotty talking into a computer mouse. I completely disagree. Terran Empire needs to learn from the Imperial Human Empire. They do. No, that's not true, Rami. Rami, that is not true. All right, let's take a look at the other one, and then we'll go from there. Rami spitting lies. All right.
The true final frontier is time.
So again, this is a callback to time, but I mean, with the Discovery thing, we've just had so much focus on time itself. I wish they'd go a little bit of a different route.
Time can turn even our most impulsive, our most ill-considered actions into history.
So there are a couple of things here that people look at. First off, that clock has some significance, but I forget where. We have the Bajoran... Whoop. We have the Bajoran time tablet. I think that that's just a throwback to... I don't know. I'd be curious if Bajor plays a significant part now. Because twice we've had Bajor itself referenced. We have the Bajoran flag, and we also have the their tablet here. And this is the tablet of time, I believe, is what they were focused on. So I wonder if Bajor isn't going to... It would be interesting... So that convention maybe could be like a temporal accords type thing. Maybe all of the powers that now have the ability to time travel. That would be interesting. It could also be, depending on how they want to go about it, is every one of those flags represent a part of time that is broken, which means Bajor itself. They could be trying to pull a Doctor Who, where maybe Bajor is a part of the Dominion War, and so they're stuck in that timeline. Ferenginar is stuck in a different part of the timeline. The Klingons are attacking the thing. It could be Star Trek on Star Trek Timelines. Is that game still around? Could be doing that. Nostalgia bait right there. Yay, nostalgia bait. Got the Stargazer. I'm wondering what those accords are in the back. I'm not completely sure. And if you guys see anything, let me know. I think the question of time was called due to the end of TNG, and the question of anti-time. It would only make sense to bring Q back to deal with some cosmic threat. It's possible. It could be timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly stuff, for sure.
To history. What we do in a crisis.
This is all... So this is why I really wasn't all that impressed with the first one, because again, it's just the same nostalgia bait that we got from the very first season. This doesn't tell me anything. I'm not really getting much. Long Dark Tunnel, Lost, I am assuming those are towards... Paradise Lost would be, obviously, the Utopia.
Wish we had done. What could have been.
Oh, it's going up. You see the effect? Because that haven't been done. I gotta love lens flare too. That's probably the original series callback. Forget to sign the Bajoran non-aggression agreement with the Dominion. Maybe. Dixon Hill novel. Okay. Oh, was that the long goodbye? Let's go back. You're right. The fact I didn't know that means I suck at what I do for a living. Let me go back. Not that I didn't know that I didn't catch it. Paradise Lost. Yeah, because it says it right there, Dixon Hill. Okay. That makes sense.
Time offers so many opportunities, but never second chances.
I do like that saying. Time offers so many opportunities, but no second chances at all. I really think that's awesome. It's a great saying. Q's lesson in all good things wasn't so much about time, but about relationships between your friends. I think it was what he just said right there. That I think that's what I got from the last episode in TNG. Time offers a lot of opportunities, but no second chances. Interestingly, I don't know if you guys care all that much or not, but for me, one of the things I like to do is I like having core like idioms or core sayings that kind of define the type of person I am. And so in Star Trek, there are a few sayings that I kind of taken to heart. For instance, going back to Twitter, one of the things I embrace is like, if you're going to be damned, then be damned for who you are, right? I'm not going to pretend to be what I'm not. There's just no profit in it, right? And so when you deal with me as Lore Reloaded, as my brand, whether it's on Twitter, whether it's here, that you deal with who I am and what I believe. And so, yeah. Time? This is no time to talk about time. I love Star Wars. We don't have the time. Star Wars is so awesome. Why does Picard's production values always look so cheap? What the hell are you talking about? I don't think they look cheap. What looks, in all seriousness, the big exclusive? What do you think's cheap about it? In all seriousness. But Q can rewind time so that second chances is wrong. Oh, mon Capitan, you still don't get it. Well, for them, it's true. Q, that's a good question. I guess Q did once. Or did he really? Because can Q change what is going to happen? Can he completely change the timeline? Remember, when he gave Picard a second chance to go a different route, Picard was still dying on that operating table. So was time being changed? Or did Q create another universe? Or was it all in his mind? The way time is done, just 1 second. The way time is done on Star Trek is it's hyper time. And so, sorry, I had to answer that. Hyper time is effectively, I mean, you guys have heard me explain this before, what could happen will happen. So in hyper time, there is a universe where I pick up this cup and there's something in it and I take a sip from it. There's a timeline in this cup where I thought it was the one with coffee and it's not. And it's in my other cup. And so now I'm just looking about it, talking to you guys about hypertime. There is a universe where I pull this up and it actually will transform into a transformer, yell robots in disguise and kill me, and the machine uprising begins now. All of those things, in theory, is hypertime. By the way, you got Ensign Ricky. Haven't seen Ensign Ricky in forever, man. Hope you're doing well. Helping out the channel. Hope all is well. New trailer looks like a step back to what Discovery did in season 3. Looks like they're running towards a big bad again, fixing time. I don't like the big bad thing. It's okay. It's okay to not have a big bad. It's all right to keep it small scale, but for some reason they don't want to do it. For some reason. By the way, this was my gift for Father's Day. It's a cup. It's a Diet Coke and coffee cup, since that's all I apparently drink in front of my kids. Q are non-linear and exist outside of the universe and space and time. Well, that's what they tell us. How true it is. And then we got the Q. So is Cisco becoming Gabriel Bell hyper time? I think there is in the Star Trek universe. There is a timeline where Gabriel Bell exists, and all of Star Trek was written by him. Yeah, I actually have that. I think I have that. Hold on. Wait for it. Maybe I don't. Yep, I found this, and I bought it because I thought it was the weirdest thing. I was out visiting a friend, and Star Trek Transformers. Yep. I actually bought that because I thought that was the funniest thing on God's green earth. Haven't read it. And then I got this because I thought it was funny. Because what's that remind you of? What disco era Trek show does that remind you of? So no one in universe, your kids got you a murder bot. They did. So in one of the universes, they did. Maybe they will go back in time to post-atomic horror period. Maybe. Diet Cup, mostly pointless. Just drink regular Coke unless you're working out a lot. I like the taste of Diet Coke. Also, happy Father's Day from one single father to an... Oh, thank you, Ensign Rick. I didn't know you were a single dad. Well, rock it out, brother. God, I've missed these chats. What's going on, Cormac Mix Sublime? Where do I think Q Jr. is, since Q was supposed to keep eternal custody of the boy? Probably dead somewhere, probably. Or maybe he's Trelane. What came up when you were researching Zephyr Cocken? Oh my. Would you rather give up coffee or Trek? Trek is how I make my money, so I'm going to have to give up coffee. We could read this. I wonder if she always holds that pose right there. Look at that. I noticed that in the cartoon, or in the comic, she always holds that pose. This thing is wild. It's a robot like nothing I've ever seen. These things are crazy. If every possible timeline happens, then travel is always pointless in Trek. Then time travel is always pointless in Trek. Probably. So I'm saying Slider's logic. I am saying it. I am. Who leaves before World War III? Dead. Oh my gosh, that's sad. Maybe him and Icheb are in Q heaven together. They could be. What's going on, Leafy Films? Hope you're doing here. Hope you're doing well. Toss animated, you must do it in Mr. H Review's voice with a deep voice. I can't stand the originals, the animated series. The animated series is just garbage. It is hot garbage. I'll give you an example. Lore. Picard used cheap Shutterstock images for its special effects. It cost $70 to buy it online and use it. $9 million in an episode budget. Are you talking about the 30 seconds in a 10 episode thing? Where they did 30 seconds of the animals dying or whatever. If that's the only cheap thing they did, then you got to have something more than that. You got to come back at me, because that's a 10 second clip. You can't look at the Borg reveal and think that it's made on the cheap. It's not. I don't even think it looks cheap. Star Trek Discovery episode. Cost per episode. What we looked this up last time. What is it like? Yeah, it's $8.85 million. $8 to $8.5 million per episode. Star Trek Picard episode costs. How much does it cost to make Star Trek Picard episode? $8 to $9 million per episode. $8 to $9 million. It is anything if cheap. I don't even think the robotic special effects, the effects at the end. Let's go back and watch that. Let's take a look, because I disbelieve. Let's take a look. You're gonna get me banned from this game. This I can already tell. Welcome back, Havoc. Let's see. Why am I going to Disney Plus? It's not on Disney Plus. Ooh, can we watch Luca on Disney Plus? Oh, go back. Can we watch Luca on Disney Plus? Oh my God. 1 second, guys. Whoop, I'm going to turn that off. Lorelai. Child number 1, come here. Come here. Tu comas aqui? Why didn't you tell me this was on Disney Plus? This is what you've been wanting to watch, right?
Yeah. Also, I didn't know it was on Disney
All right.
Plus.
Well, we're gonna have to watch that later.
Okay.
All right. Love you.
Yeah. Also, I haven't found the book.
Okay. We'll find it. Don't worry. All right. I didn't know it was on. All right. Let's go to CBS. No, it's Paramount Plus now, isn't it? Paramount Plus. Sorry, Luca is on. Is now on Disney Plus. I didn't know that. Let me in! All right, there we go. Jesus Christ. Seriously? Yeah, I mean, if you want their names, you can get my kids' names. It's not hard, but I pretend like it would be difficult to do. Because I've actually done dedication videos to them, so I guess it shouldn't matter. But, you know. People be who they be.
Hello!
Whoa! If we could not have audio, that'd be fantastic. What is this crap? Why am I having to watch a commercial? I don't care about the stand. I pay so I don't have to watch commercials. I will never watch this now because you made me watch this commercial. I will never. I will actively... Guys, don't ever watch The Stand. The Stand, all episodes are now streaming. It is an absolutely horrific episode. In fact, while I can't prove it, more likely than not, definitely will happen. If you watch The Stand, you'll get cancer, or you'll get very sick, and everyone who you love will get very sick, and you'll never see them again. You will lose your dog when you love it the most if you watch The Stand. These are all facts. Can't prove it, though. Yeah, I'm gonna do the complete breakdown of all the Clone Wars. Oh my God! And now I got to do a 6-second Paramount original. I do not care about all. Hey, buddy, what's up? What are you doing? Sorry, my dog came by. Do not care about any of this. Do not care about any of this. Where are these? All right, so where are these robot tentacles? My God, lost 10 people watching because I'm trying to find the robot tentacles. All right, here we go. I don't think this looks cheap. You might say that it's not the best way to put it together, that it doesn't make a lot of sense, but to me, this doesn't look cheap. This looks fairly well put together, fairly well produced. CGI seems on point. Everything looks as realistic as it can given the technology. It doesn't... Where are these space tentacles? All right. Come on, old man. Come on. Come on. Give me the good stuff. There it is. Oh my God. I don't see that looking cheap. That doesn't... So when I'm looking at it, You see the light reflecting from the different sources. Light is coming from the exact same angle. The little red, whatever that is, warp from hell that's coming out is reflective in it. There's a consistency in the coloring. It seems to move naturally. I don't know. It just doesn't look fake to me. I just don't think so. I think the amount of ships is fine, but they should have made them all different. Will I ever do a review of Roughneck Starship Trooper? Oh my god. You guys, I watched that back in the day. Roughneck Starship Trooper Chronicles. Oh my god, it's one of the best cartoons ever. It has the best intro. I will still listen to that intro. Man, I love that. Don't think I'll do a review of it, but it's awesome. They did not botch the light. What the hell are you talking about? The space tentacle things was lifted from Hellboy. Everything is copied off of everything. That is one of the most dumb Fandom Menace arguments. Well, it's not original. None of it's original. None of it's original. Hey, buddies, the original series wasn't original. It wasn't original. It was based off Space Rogers, which wasn't original in itself. It was based off of Indiana Jones. It was literally Westerns in space. Westerns were up there! It's not, it's they nothing is original. Nothing. I don't think there's any rendering issues. That's just me. I don't do what you do though, Rami, so maybe you would know better than me when it comes to that. I don't know. There is nothing new under the sun. No, yeah, get on my bed. That's fine. Yeah, no. Snuggle up, get all that. Yeah, it's fine. I didn't just need to clean all that anyway. Knock yourself out. It's all good. My headphones now hate you. Your headphones love me and you know it. Every word said in modern Trek has been said elsewhere, but that's the same for everything. I agree. There are only two plots in all of literature. A person goes on a journey and a stranger comes to town. Thanks for messing up the bed. Appreciate that, buddy. Why would a super advanced robot species have such bulky tentacles anyway? Why not smoother and more efficient structures? Well, why don't you ask them, man? Why don't you? Maybe they need it to destroy things better. I don't know. Why do we park in driveways and drive in parkways? Regardless of the level of bad materials and lighting and that inconsequential as the improper motion blur, they also did it with so many FPS. Proof that lore doesn't give an F about hearing protection. That's true. That's true. I had a not that you guys care, but I had a inner ear infection or a head cold or something, and I looked up relief for it, and I found out that at my age, you apparently can lose all your hearing or have cancer, have a tumor in your ear. That was good. You name the time and the place, good sir. You bring the arachnids and mobile infantry, and I'll bring the Maximals and Predacon. I really did like Roughnecks. That was a great series. Why doesn't the kitty take home on the back of the chair anymore? He does. He's just not here right now. There's two of them that do it now. For me, the space tentacles was better than the whale probe. Facts. I think it's new because it's made for different reasons and in different ways that make it original. To me, it's only not original. It's exactly the same as something else. No, but that's the thing, Rodan. The point is that when you were watching previous Trek, it was all copied from something else. You just didn't know it. You're now old enough and intelligent enough, and they're pulling it from close enough sources. If I even accept that they're stealing it. I don't even know that I do, but let's accept that they are. If I even accept they're stealing it, they're just stealing it from close enough sources you've noticed it. Going back to the original series, they stole from everything is just a retelling or a reimagining of something else. It's just there's and I forget the book, and I don't know that I agree with it 100%, but there is a book that talks about there being only 7 stories that can be told ever. And it's just, everything is a retelling. It's how you tell it. That's why fair use is so vital, because every story plays off of another story. It's just you change points in it. For instance, Star Wars, like Lucasfilm, could not sue someone who wanted to make a movie about a young boy who was born on a desert planet, who wanted to fight a great bad government, whose father was head of that great bad government, and he decided to join a resistance group of that government. But Lucasfilm sure as hell could sue somebody who made the name of that boy Luke, who made the name of that planet Tatooine, who made the name of the guy his father Vader, and who made the organization the Empire. Every story is just a retelling of another. It's just done in a different way. TOS is the oldest thing I've watched, so maybe it's plagiarized. I don't know, but who cares? TOS is still great. Sure. Star Wars lifted elements from Frank Hermit's Dune. Driveway originated as the designation for the place you drive your car into your house. That's great, Rami. That is great. TNG was actually sued for the Sherlock Holmes episode. I had heard something about that. I never really looked into it, but I heard that they were... it wasn't just the Sherlock Holmes. They got sued for a couple. You know, here's the thing, and I think it goes back to what you were saying, remitting fall. If you enjoy the story, then it doesn't matter as much where it was taken from. I mean, oh wow, I was about to be very insulting to religious people, to religious Christians. But every story has basis in like other things, so where it comes from, if you enjoy the story, who really cares? There were dolphin navigators on the Enterprise. There were. Geordi tells a Ferengi about them in one episode and took him to show them to him. Yep. The dolphins, I think, was they kept them around because of the well probe, if I had to guess, just in case that ever came back. My understanding, Arthur Conan Doyle estate sued them over the TNG episode, the Sherlock Holmes thing. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I've heard a lot of negative things about the Arthur Conan Doyle. They are very litigious. Yeah, Axeman, that's kind of where I was going. But I honestly, you know, I don't... If it's something you believe, then that's great. I don't want to take that away from someone. Sorry, first thing in the morning in Australia, missed the start. Briefly, what did I think of the Picard trailer, says John C. Well, you should wake up earlier, sir. What's up, buddy? You like messing up my stuff? The first one sucked. The second one was all right. It seems like it is a retread of things. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it. It's possible, based on what we were seeing, the Klingons, the Ferengi, and the Bajorans have joined the Federation, because the Bajorans actually didn't join the Federation in DS9. And so I think it'd be curious if they did that. And I think everybody in the chat, at least at that time, agrees we're seeing like the Terran Empire, but the light version of the Terran Empire. Because if you look at the insignia, it kind of looks like a sword. And then when you look at what Seven of Nine, the emblem she was looking at, it looks like if the Terran Empire and Starfleet, like... Hey, Lorelai? Hey, Raven? Nothing. Love you. If Starfleet and the Terran Empire had relations in which they were doing it, but they hated each other, and then had a baby. Laura, you could actually sue anyone for anything in the United States. That is true. They had a baby. They had a hate baby. Oh, did me pass by? Did he jump back up on my bed? even though it's not made. Yeah, I'm not Anis Abdin. When you look at his stuff, he did not have a case. I'm sorry, y'all can get mad about that, but he did not have a case. No, Anis Abdin didn't win. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to rewrite history, but he didn't win. Didn't Discovery get sued for the whole blue? Yeah, they didn't. They lost. Anis Abdin did not have a case. It got tossed multiple times. They lost. Anis Abdin, you can't sue over that stuff, and there's no... First off, there's no indication, none, that any of it was stolen. There's no indication. But beyond that, you can't sue for the things that they took. You can't sue for tardigrades. You can't sue for tardigrades having the elements that they did. I don't know what to think about the tardigrade game. Probably just a coincidence because the timing didn't match up. It's not just the nah, it's not just the timing. There was a lot to it that didn't make any sense. So, yeah, because literal visual design. Oh man, yeah, because taking a tardigrade and painting it blue means you steal it. Okay. Okay, gotta get Kowalski up in here. He's gone for like good. I don't know that he's coming back. He says he's coming back, but I don't think he is. He may at some point, but I'd be very surprised if he did. By the way, you guys want to talk about one of the reasons I don't like Twitter? Kowalski, one of the nicest guys on planet Earth. One of the most pro, like, Twitter leftists, reasonable Twitter leftists on this planet. And, one of the biggest reasons was because of the Twitter left toxicity that he left. Like, you wanna talk about why they... Kowalski went left for a lot of reasons, and that they're more his to tell anything else. His real life stuff came in. But a lot of it was the toxicity. Like, for me, I'm not convinced that I will do this for the rest of my life for multiple reasons. But one of them would be just the toxicity. It's just stupid. My only question about the Picard trailer is if, by the way, thanks for supporting the channel, guys. The way I keep the lights on and keep doing this stuff for you. My only question about the Picard trailer is if the Continuum has developed Grecian formula yet, or maybe Q is experiencing his midlife crisis here. I see a lot of people saying that. I don't know. Grecian formula. What does that mean to me? I think he's doing it to mock Picard. And if they did, I'm going to say that they took that from me. That's going to be one of the things that tells me that they listen. I accept the fact that 2 blue space-traveling macro tardigrades is odd. It's not something you can sue over. This also doesn't prove anything. Just doesn't. You guys should really go. There's... Who did a... Maybe it was Kowalski? Maybe it's this one. You guys should check this out, speaking of that. Whoa, what did I do? Nope, nope, nope. The music was excellent. You don't believe in Star Trek anymore? Well, that's sad. I'm not sure why that's related to Star Trek Picard, but sad that you don't believe in Star Trek anymore. Music did its job. All right, guys, I'm going to be ending very shortly. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we head out? Can you guys still hear me?
Hey, Dad.
Yep, we're streaming, so people can hear you. So just be aware of that. What's up?
Something popped up on my screen.
What popped up on your screen?
There's 3 play things.
Well, just exit out of it and keep playing your game.
On there's Fortnite on there.
Okay, what about Fortnite? Hold on, guys. What are we talking about? What's going on? What's up, Alice? All right. Guess we're going to end it there. What pride flag is in the thumbnail? I don't know. I don't know what pride flag is in there. Just a cool little thing I found. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next Lore Reloaded.